Hello, my crafty friends. Today I have an idea um, for a little bitty journal. I think I'm going to call it just a pocketbook because it's a book of pockets. um, but what my idea is one that came to me in the night, and I haven't had time to actually test it out. And I've decided I'm not going to worry about that um, because I don't have time to test it out. I don't have time to do it twice. So I'm going to just do it once, and um, we're gonna see what we think about it. I'm gonna trim one of these envelopes 1 1/4 inches. I've got 2 of them here. Okay, and I'm trimming one of them because I want to fold this part up to make a little pocket, and I want this to be the size of my journal that I'm going to make. So, but I want my cover to be double thick, so I'm using 2. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I guess I'm going to put glue on this one, because if I put glue all over this one, I'll end up gluing my pocket part. So don't want to do that. Let me find, I also want to glue this one inside. I'm just going to use a glue stick to do that. Glue that inside. And I don't think that I need to necessarily do that with this one. For one thing, it'd be hard to get in there. Okay. And I want to take this one, and I'm going to put glue on it and put it up here and glue it down to this one. And I'm going to put, I'm going to use a glue stick, and then around the edges I'm going to use some of that art glitter glue because I want the edges to stick down really good. So alright, so we're going to kind of double duty the glue on it. Check this, make sure I've got it. Oops. It's so easy to go too far or not far enough. Perfection is hard to achieve. See, that's okay. Rub the glue off right there because we don't want it to... Actually, that part probably doesn't matter because I am going to glue that shut, so... And that turned out not to be And I'm going to go ahead and trim this off where it didn't exactly match up. Okay. So this is the outside of our book, and I'm going to fold this up. And this is the inside. So we're going to have a little pocket actually inside the book too. I am going to go ahead and glue this. And I'm going to glue right over here. And I may end up wishing that I had waited to do that until I made the curve in my spine, but it is what it is. Okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and round the corners. That's still going to look a little bit different, but that's okay. It's kind of, hopefully will be a little bit decorative as it flaps around the front. So, okay, now, I do want to give this kind of a leathery look on the outside. I'm not worried about it looking leathery on the inside because it's going to have other envelopes similar inside. And so we're just going to make it look leathery on the outside. And I'm trying to think, what I'd really like to do is make it look kind of patchworky maybe. So maybe I'll add this going across where the spine should be. I do need to decide how big it's going to be. So let me find something I can put in here as my pretend book. Be right back. Okay, this is sort of a guesstimate. I don't think my book's going to be quite this fat. So let's just take some of those. And I'm going to put them right here, and then I'm going to fold this right there. And that actually made that much fatter. I mean, okay, I think that's better. About that size. You know what? That's about the size of one of those little Gideon Bibles, the little New Testaments. That's about what size that is. It's a little fatter, but it's about that size. And I'm going to scoot this out to this corner, and then I'm going to fold up right here. And fold that over so we can get an idea of where the spine's going to be. Okay, so about like that. Oh, no, I almost messed it up again because my cards don't come out quite as far as I want the. And that's the size I think that our little book's going to be. So now I'm going to go right back here and make sure this is good. And right in here, I'm going to draw a line that's the center of our signatures. We're going to have 3 little signatures in here. Okay. Let me draw a line right there and see how far over that is. Okay, we're going to say 3.5. So at 3.5, and at 3.5, and at 3.5, and this is going to be the center of where we put our signatures. We'll put one right there, and then one right here, and one right here. Okay, now I'm doing that because we're going to be working on this, and I'm going to lose where I folded it and all of that, but I want to be able to find it again. So all right, let's, whoops. Get these put up. Okay, now then, right here is where I want to put that extra piece. Trying to get it to stay put so I can bend it. Okay, let's see if that's all right. Okay, now I want this to look like this is an extra piece added on, so I'm going to ink it separately from this. And then I may want but we're just going to go with that for right now. Okay, let's cover this so it doesn't dry out. The same with this. Okay. I think I'm wanting this piece to look pretty raggedy, so I'm just gonna do it like that, and then we're gonna use the brown archival ink on. That's probably not the right one. It's black. No, that's just, I think I need to get a new one of these because I used that one with something I shouldn't have, evidently. Okay. And I don't want to ruin my ink pad by, I think that was Distress Inks, and that would kind of mess it up. I bought some glycerin, and I thought about doing that method because I haven't ever tried it before. And you know I like to experiment on you. But that would take so much more dry time. And this is faster in that regard. So, this is a faux leather book that's going to have faux stitching on it also. Now this is kind of bugging me, but I guess it just makes it even more distressed, so I'm going to try not to be upset about it. I don't really like all the round, but I still have not mastered the technique of not leaving those round spots, and so I'm just going to use a lot more ink and hope that'll kind of disguise them. Okay, now this is our cover like that. We have to remember it's all upside down when we're doing this, because it's either upside down or backwards. Okay. Now this piece, I want to ink it too, and I'm going to add some black over the lines. Because I want it to look like this is a different piece of leather. And it'll look that way somewhat just because of the wrinkles that are in it like this. But I think adding Oh. Adding the black. Okay, let's see what we think about that. I think I'm also gonna black the edges more. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do this 1/2 at a time so that I can line it up with that center signature. I think this will probably hold it. Hopefully I won't wish I had done something different later. Okay. I am going to seal this all in with my homemade Mod Podge mixture. Oh, that didn't quite, wasn't quite straight. No. I don't know why I'm worrying about the inside. I shouldn't worry about it. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue right here because this is going to be the flap. So what I really want is pocket here and here. Let's go ahead and put a strip of glue right down the middle of that. Okay. I'm tempted to just do a little bit. Yeah, I think I will. Around the edges here. I'm going to stitch it, do my faux stitching in black too, so I think it'll be alright. Okay. Now looking at the inside, I feel like I should have done something to it. But it's going to look something like this. All right, let's go ahead and do some stitching, and then we will put the sealer Mod Podge stuff on it. Sorry, it'd take me a minute. Gotta find the pen. I want something permanent. I thought I had a little Sharpie in here. Okay. We're going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and go around this first, and I may decide I don't want to go around the whole book, but I think I'm going to go around the whole book. Okay, one thing I need to do while I'm thinking about it is remember what the width of my paper is going to be. Okay, about 2 3/4 wide, 2 3/4 by, whoops, 4 1/2. Okay, I need to remember that so I can work on my signatures while this is drying in a minute. Okay, I like the look of it stitched there, but I think I do want to stitch it all the way around the book, so. I was thinking about maybe using a stamp to decorate it, but I kind of like just the leather look, so I've got to think about what I'm going to do to keep it closed. And that didn't come to me in the night, so I'll have to think about that. While I'm doing all the rest of this. And it really has two fronts. This is the front, but this is also the front because it flaps over the top. So if I was going to decorate something, it would probably be this part. Okay. I like the look of that. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we need to put a couple of coats of our Mod Podge stuff on the front. And I need some of this underneath it. And I'm gonna put a couple of coats on it. Let it dry in between. I'm gonna spread one on here while you're watching, and then I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll recoat it and let it dry, and I may do 3 coats. I don't know. But when I get all of that on there, then I'll come back and let you look at it. That was a little too heavy for a first coat, but it is what it is. Okay. Be back in a little bit. While I'm letting that last coat dry, I got to thinking about my signatures, and I said I wanted to make them 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. Well, these envelopes are not quite 4 1/2, but this is going to be the length of my pages. What I want to do is fold these up so that they become 2 3/4 and have some sort of pockets inside them. So let me go ahead and mark one. Actually, let me try this again. Yeah, 2 3/4, that's what I need. Just seems really small. I may do 2 3/8 instead of 3/4. Let's make it hard on myself. Okay. That looks crooked. Is that crooked? No, I guess not. Okay. So this is the size of the pages that are going to go inside this book. I really think I'm going to have to check this again, because I really think they should be a little wider than that. I'm sorry, I should have done this. Okay, I like to leave about 1/4 of an inch around the outside, and that's why 2 3/4 is what it says it should be. But I think I'm going to do one at 3, and we're going to see what I test it out here, because I know that that's just another 1/4 of an inch, but that's more than 1/4 of an inch. That's, well, what? Ah, okay. See, I did it 2 1/4. Oh, Lisa. Okay, let's try 2 3/4. That's going to be better. Okay. It's not a whole lot of difference, but but it is it does make a little bit. It does make a little bit of difference. Okay. So this is our page size. And I can't even do the whole envelope in that size if I don't make a double fold. So this particular page would be like this, and this would fold out. Okay, we do need to glue this down. This is just going to fold out. It's not going to be anything where the top's going to open. So okay. Now then, get my faux bone folder here. Okay, so there's one page in our book. And I think our signatures are probably just going to be about 3 envelopes, because that'll get fat really quick. So there's one. And for the next one, let's go ahead. I'm going to glue it down too, because okay. For this one, I want to fold in a little bit on each side. Okay, let's find the middle. Not quite 9.5. Well, we're going to call it 9.5. So that would be 4 3/4 would be the center. So let's fold it there. And that didn't quite center up, did it? Okay, so we're just gonna, I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, because I was thinking about folding my side pockets before I folded the size of the book, and it really works better to do it this way. I've done it this way before. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, now I want to go 2 3/4. Alright, now I marked it one way, but I really want to fold it this way. Okay. You know, I always really think that my fingernail does a pretty good job until I use something else, and then I realized it doesn't. So, okay, so now we've got these two. These are going to be in separate signatures though, because they're both with fold outs. So I'm going to have 3 signatures, so I need one more with that's a fold out thing. And I think I really prefer this over this. So I'm just going to make another one like that to go in that other signature. Let's glue it down. This is really, you know, making thick pages because it's, you know, doubled up envelopes. But it's an envelope challenge, so. So we're going to make sturdy pages. Alrighty. Two 3/4. Well, okay, let's measure this. All right. Now when I fold it over that like that, I go ahead and scooch in just a tiny bit more before I actually make my fold, so that it will be close to the same. Okay. Alright, now we've got one of these for each signature. See, that's already pretty fat, just those 3. We may just make 2 for each signature, because by the time I do stuff in it, these are going to fill up pretty good. I'm tempted to change my mind and just do 2 signatures of 3. Okay, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to, let's make. Okay, I want to, I'm going to do this one, I think, with this shut too. And what I want for this one is pocket I think. Okay, now I should have measured my 2 3/4 first, because I can't go past that. Okay, 2 3/4. All right. Let's mark it over here. because this is really going to be the center of this page. And we're going to go ahead and fold this. And then we will figure our pocket from that. Okay, because we're just going to have the pocket on one side of this one. So those other ones have fold outs. They don't actually have pockets. But we could glue these down and make them into pockets if we wanted to. Okay, what I want to do here, I'm sorry, I should not be trying to think about this as I'm doing it. Okay, so this is what I have to work with to make a pocket on this side. Does that make sense? And what I want is a pocket that goes like this. So that's where I need to make my fold. And I know I'm doing it backwards, but then I'll know where to fold it in. Okay, now to do that, I can either tear this edge. I think I'm going to, because if I try to fold that edge, then I'll end up with really, really, really thick, really thick stuff here. Okay. Okay, so this one's going to have a pocket like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this because we won't get another chance. And yeah, I think I like that. Okay. Now then we're gonna glue in. Well, we could make that two. I'm gonna leave that open for now. And then we will we might glue it down later if we decide we don't want two pockets, but it gives us an option of two pockets, so to do it this way. Okay. So there's one there. Took off this much, so it really wouldn't be enough to have one on both sides. So that was okay that we did it like that. And on the next one, I think I want okay, on the next one, I think I can probably do this and a tuck spot over here. You know, a real narrow tuck spot if I plan it in advance. So let's try that. I'm going to go ahead and glue this shut. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is make my little tuck spot over here. It'll be glued down there, so let's go ahead and ink it. Maybe I need some more ink. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue in here. And that can go ahead and glue down. Okay, and then I want my 2 3/4 mark to be from there. Okay, so we're going to fold it right here, except straight. And then we're going to go ahead and make this fold and then we're going to tear here. Well, that's marked 2 3/4 out from there. I'm going to actually go, I'm just going to go to 2.5 inches. Okay. Let's see if we can. That's hard to tear, mostly because it's got glue in it that's not dry. Okay. So we're going to ink the side of this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make the decision that this is just going to be one pocket. So we're going to glue that shut. And then we're going to put our glue down here to make this a pocket. Okay. So we'll stick this in our second signature. So here are our 2 signatures at this point. And we need to add another one here for sure. Let's see if this is dry. That looks pretty dry. That's looking pretty good, isn't it? That's got wet under there. I didn't realize the glue got under there. I must have moved it. We'll have to do something inside because it's no longer pretty inside. But anyway, looks nice out there. I'm going to set that over here while we work on one more to go with this one. And I think I am gonna I'm gonna try to do one with 2 of those slopey pockets. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I really want one of those, so we're gonna try. It seems like I should be able to do it, but they may just not go all the way to the center, which would be okay. Okay, now I'm gonna fold this to the center. And then from the center we're going to measure out 2 3/4 inches. And we're going to fold that in. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so these will be narrower pockets, but I think I just want to go ahead and do it because I want to. Because I want to. I need to just start with a little cut, I think. Do the same thing here. Okay, maybe that will, yeah, that makes a difference. Let's go ahead and trim that off. Alrighty. And we have the same little issue with that flap not tearing with the rest of the envelope. So, okay. Oh, I forgot to glue inside there because these are too little to worry about making them double. Should have done that first. Okay, on this side I'm going to do it first. Okay, so where did my glue stick go? Oh, right back there. Okay, let's ink this. Okay. And where's our third? Okay, we got, oh, here it is. Okay. So now we've got these 3 signatures, and we're going to sew them in here. And give ourselves a little space there. Okay, one thing I just realized, I meant to glue this on top after I had sewn in the signatures to hide the sewing, and I didn't do that, which makes me a little sad. Okay, I'm really wanting to see where this is going to end up if we make the back. About the same amount. Okay. It'll be about like this. It's hard to tell now, but I want to leave plenty of space, and I like those edges coming right up to each other as far as that goes. Okay, so we've got our 3 little booklets. Okay, I'm going to think about binding this a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, trying to figure out binding this. I wanted black thread. I didn't have black thread. I didn't have black string. I didn't have black yarn. I had black elasticy stuff, and I wanted black. So I decided to go Midori style. Just change everything here at the last minute. I'm not a professional eyelet setter. I'm, in fact, very bad at that. And these eyelets were making memories eyelets. They don't go with my Big Bite, and so I had a hard time getting them in there. I had to use a hammer to finish them off. Anyway, I thought that what I would do is just show you how I did this. I'm not going to show you how to set eyelets. I'm sure you know how to do that. I do want to, I'm going to put this. This also gave me an easy way to keep this closed. Okay. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to take this through this hole I punched in the center to the outside, if I can get it to go through there. Okay. See if we can. What, really? I didn't realize. I used the small eyelets because I thought it would look better on the book. Not thinking about, can I get my stuff through? And it'll work fine for the other ones, but this one goes through doubled, and so it's harder. But we did it. We did it. Okay. I'm going to tie a knot in the end of this. Okay. It's not my day for doing things efficiently. All right. And that'll just sit right there. And then this will come around and hold this shut. Now, I did decide to go with 2 signatures just because it's easier with this Midori style thing. So I'm making 2 signatures out of my 3. I don't think that's going to make a big difference. And just going to go in and then out. I'm doing this the simplest way. Evidently not. Okay, back in here. Okay, so on the outside, it just looks like this. And on the inside, you've got a knot to hold your stuff in place. There's a way you can do it with a charm and all that kind of stuff, which would be cuter, but this video's gone on long enough You're probably thinking, will she ever finish this silly book? So, okay. The nice thing about this is that I can take these out to decorate them later, which will be good. I can exchange them for something else if I decide I want to. There we go. So you've got, and I've got a little pocket here and a little pocket here. And then 2 signatures. And there's our pocketbook. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll get out some envelopes and have some fun. God bless you. Bye-bye.